Senders no fuel no. Omukra cars near the power cars no.
And how an man can with Vim, no? And the video went viral. I was like, really? Well, say Obi, I think Honorable Kennedy Japan's approach to now Honorable A+ is a political game, and it looks good for the party. But let us also agree that such steps must be well defined. The approach, was it authorized by the party head, or it was an individual initiative for the good of the party? SNET from the details, a free general secretary, but let's just say, and authorized by the party. The party says they did not authorize anybody to go and speak to A+ on the party's behalf. At least we can glean that from the general secretary's reaction. Obi, if A+, when you were clarifying things for A+, A+ told you that that is not what he said. So why is anyone trying to clarify A+'s selfish interest and not the people? Okay, I think Kofi made that point clear. We say, Obi, good evening. I totally agree with Atik Mohammed on his submissions on President Akufo-Addo. Obi, how on earth should we run a government with family and friends who cannot identify party members and also can't even wear party t-shirts? Lamtekin Rashid, Otema, Gulf City, Odea, Ode Abreye, and no. And that's something in support of Atik's opinion on Nana Danko Akufo-Addo. But there is a counter opinion. We say, Obi, Atik should stop blaming Akufo-Addo for Bawumia's defeat, as he did everything humanly possible to make him his successor. He should also acknowledge that if he had been on the ballot himself, he would have secured more votes than we did.
Who would have Akufo-Addo?
Yes.
Why do you get 20% growing?
Ose sanka Akufo-Addo na ballot this one. And kebi Akufo-Addo benya more votes than Bawumia.
And I say 20% growing.
Sir.
And you see, this is proxy anger. Imagine if the anger is direct. Where they you know. Imagine Kedibebu. What is it? This is the first time I met who president of appointees for 8 years. Why not use on Sisomo? And once you do that, you build a culture of impunity around them. Say, the worst fear of any appointee in this head is a threat of removal.
Yeah.
And not dismissal. Once you take away that threat, you know, the person becomes or feels invincible. On Robia, on Tiobia, Subium. What I say? Yeah. And that is when people begin to act in a way and wounds as when you win. What I say?
Obi, the position of General Secretary ranks higher than that of an MP in the political hierarchy. When people show you who they are, believe them. General Secretary Justin Kodua Frimpong deserves a special place in heaven. The NPP will win the 2028 general elections with a majority in Parliament, and we shall contest all 276 seats. Kennedy Japan cannot be blamed for our defeat just because of hearsays. Samuel Brian Boabin again, Ediwe Abba. Obi, please, have Kofi to publicly congratulate me, since he failed to do that behind the scenes. Tell him he tried his best, but just that he had a bad candidate to sell. Please remind him to make the comment of Bawumia's beating with over 1.7 million votes. No more will he make his mischievous statement that His Excellency JDM is the only president beaten with over 1 million votes. I look forward to him remaining in opposition for the next 12 years ahead of us. Thank you. His friend he forgot when he got into government. Paul De Suso. And on the way, I'm praying.
Paul, congratulations. Right now, Paul said that Ben over Ghana have position.
So I bet you
Hey, sir.
Oh, but I'm sure about studio.
Well, who are Bagana make around?
About studio.
Or no, Bagana.
Oh, well, Baba.
I think I heard.
Yeah, he greeted you. Well, Baba, then I was one on I think I'm more adopted Clote Cole constituency into a honor better Abana. So, almost.
Oh, sir, I give you
moving the answer quickly, Cantamanto, and then Yentoaso.
Yeah, I Obi, Auntie, the American say, yes, a VA best no me, no, and I did any chair Cantamanto.
Yes.
Na ya koye no yira efa market hɔ nyinaa baabi a ahye ne nyinaa from end to end na obi ade we deɛ dinyi ni sɛ ɛgya ne tɔ hɔ kɛkɛ o
saa from the wako hu no
da we de obi ne page to just ade na ahye gyere bɛɛ o
bebia
masa aka cement na ɛwɔ fam hɔ no aka cement na ɛwɔ fam hɔ no
wow
bibia ni hɔ
wow
enti we ntimi nkɔyɛ obi na enum cigarette ne page na say obi na enu ayi emu enumre bi na a page
a planned thing at least from what you have seen
a clear
and because there is no official report
yes
from the fire service
my suspicion
that's your suspicion.
I'm basing it on
what you've seen
the damage I saw
okay
on say obi ne pa bibi to mu a ebetimi ahye but ebeshi na ahoden no cry de behye no so ho bamasa completely down me see entoma cry ho nya ba ko cry cement no nko na aka na nyame adom say no masa raise wooden beams
they are true almost done.
Who owns the land?
There is a whole controversy around it.
Are the builders permitted to be there?
Permitted
legally? Are they like there?
It depends. It depends on what, because they've been there, and I know. So with the new Lands Act, your friend is saying, "Sir, this thing where
no, it's
a year fee, especially when it's with state land." Exactly. Okay, let me be specific. When this is with state land, sir.
Transfer for a certain
transfer after 12 years. Now we wait to me after no see any hobby with state land. Okay. And say state land there because you remember like say Bese Manche press conference. No, yes. He made a point show record at Teresa Sasseno was way and there is a whole way around it.
Knowledge be on it. Intime asase no de ene de anase de enye but ade ba ko a panyimfo no ba ko kan ho ana eso ani ne say they are willing to sit down with the
government
beshe manchen na enkomodie bia ho a omahwe no ma eden omadi and I think say it's in the right
because
direction.
I think omonso no would be like emphasis say state ne je assassin through compulsory acquisition.
They have no say in that.
And I say no the law even says if you don't use the land for its intended purpose, it has to revert. It has to revert to the original owners. When allodial owners.
Usually, when you do compulsory acquisition, you pay compensation.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. The law even says that when you are returning it, a passer or sign family need trial compensation in the back.
So it can be assumed that by that time, that value of the land in the crowd cost
very well. And also, you can do the netting off.
Pay for the land.
Very well.
Exactly. So, but me, like I said, and bibia. Me pese me come because honestly me nim se being crying as I say and I wouldn't want to get myself involved. Nti era kodru no na omo ya call show mo crying say the aba no ya say be wajapade nyina otimi hwere ne dako ade a emu ya werempa yi nti owie no na obo mo ano hoba de di kan ne se ono ankasa be yi ne bottom sika 200,000 cedis
okay
e de aboa
rebuilding efforts
no se
market leaders no
omo ko de ko ene share
it's a very tricky what of you
and tosumi no nso no promise CCTV cameras
in the market
area say omonye nyame adom ode beba na abeboa for security
yes
and sana roofing sheets ne other things be another thing so can one semi group insurance so we are actually insurance be anywhere air cover nti sanka omo group insurance and at least
ebetimi aboa kakra
bi e de ahase ti say obey group insurance what it means is that some form of registration so using no Ghana card ne other forms of be register a business ebeboa ama yetimi ama omudwumade na omudi no etimi akoso The a ni gisem ye sebe odo ani akokeka ye nuanom a wo kantamanto so e de je no na ni gisem pay ntobi ho ewie na se me di free ha
o de ba
je se matare nyina afo o hwe enipa dom ni ewia na e boni ade a se nya se ketwa but all the same you call and bibia so
wow
come.
And I think ofri on ko share MPs na
there be so
okay.
I pay the first activity and we share MPs and son I'll call official meeting and the meeting fan to meeting I'll call
okay
and son of free cell meeting no na a free or call
Cantamanto. Oh okay that's fine. I think now so open say we can be
no media I think say look, our special planning in this country has issues. Yeah. No correct. Na see, I mean, Nedika, my victims, Yako, na mama shedding. I don't know if that's right to say. As I say, Omoshi Japadia pa.
And ye is so him and we know I'm told say because the last time I went to Cantamanto was Legon.
Masahina.
Since I left Legon, during Legon Day, the Cantamanto I saw.
No, Cant was a big deal.
It was a big place, oh.
It was a big deal.
Very, very big place. In the whole place, national.
Oh, Mr. Obi Media, baby, I'm coming here from end to end, baby, has you. Massa, dear Mimi, who ye dear. Say, be come on a man who dear. Sir, ye remono.
Yes.
By main road, no, what you see.
Yes.
Sir, bank be crowing and change.
Yeah, bank.
You will find a new cacra now be remo. From end to end.
Condemned. Hey.
I think there are many sections to Cantamanto.
Yes.
There is a portion of Mutontas. Any times of Mutonta, then Pabuano. I suspect say Bibi and Tadia
and then Pabuano
because why they sell the thousand cry buildings.
And we are buildings.
But where your stores a wooden structure.
The wooden structures in Anta. The home's not near many good. That's all near Equatorial near me. First lesson, how much Saturday and papa, no window. You feel it gone, Charlie.
No, who's that boys in them now?
Yeah, they look how bogus those times.
My dear, Atik Mohammed say a lot of our university students and young ladies in Ukraine. The meaning say Bibre so kofani.
Oh yes, I want almost so say efi. No,
online.
In a lot of the online guy, I want almost family. It's first selection.
Yes.
First selection you could cha. Omucha na ba and no correct to store reject pa. Correct pa.
Yeah.
What's a legon ni any agro? Oh, Legon. No, since I want to be hamburger. Want to be hamburger.
This is your best friend. You be grati me boga ba mazana cantina no me supplement no they supplement what you say nti wa unko e na be o say ni nyina fi. But anyway, on the more serious note, I think we need to Ghana because our planning has a lot has left a whole lot to be desired. Yeah. Especially physical planning. Look, the way our structures on the country town country planning.
Yes.
Now the idea ni say ombebua my structures ni very well organized. But say I mean who juma omu ye.
You see a LUSPA. Land Use and Special Planning Authority.
It still comes back to the same thing. But a jumana is no. It's not about the change in label. A jumana ankasa na ye kan wasem. Oh, look, areas be wa yet me na demarcate kwan. Ube hua na we are stretching the wall kakra be kan ho. Na ube hua na containers ba. Look, one of the things is say o mangana a container system is a map time.
But what is even way new sites now if we say new area your opportunity.
Oh yeah, what cry.
And then me see your call pokwase chiro.
Yes. Lab containers bibia. Then they turn them into slums.
An MC in this place.
Oh, there are MCs everywhere. But it's because you're in country we see Lucifer you know. Who's your friend say?
Luspa.
Omunyo mejuma the way I saw muyo mejuma no. Oh, where we have proper spatial planning. Containers, we shouldn't tolerate them to be, coming up or springing up anywhere and everywhere. Omuma, like areas yet time.
Too much.
Sometimes it's me third rows. Come on, nice house. Now, no be the container.
And all of us are position in a uniform way. Any problem? No, but
can't we have a law, and even if it's a bylaw that says, we should not tolerate the coming up and the springing up of containers. It should say, who person would do fear cry business and manage stores.
Yes.
Let people rent.
The same assemblies, no, aid and abet these traders. Because once you put the container,
but it's because everywhere, like the laws are laxed and the implementers no so or more to mother. When was the last time we had country, town country planning for say ye bibi shrunko?
No more saying, issue of numbers.
No, it's not. You see, it's about having a national policy that says we want to have organized spatial planning. So if human resources is a problem, you start recruiting. There are some civil service,
civil engineers.
No, we even have ministries. Be what? Yeah, recruit your man. I'm need you maybe yedi. I'm going to go share who bala. Nena mu you are doing the hula. Any back who are now who bala. No, I'm sure you are not coffee. Meanwhile, you have institutions like these. And you say we don't train civil engineers, we don't train architects, we don't train surveyors. We keep pushing them out every year. Now, so instead of us to say, look, Juma ye pese ye ni. So we are recruiting these people. Yenye ube na ye jijo mas omunsa sikra tunton. It is because we don't value special planning. Look, Abrocha Debia ye ke say AFA. It's all about special planning. They organize the buildings. They do their lawns. No, my Asa, our architectural designs are even better than Abroche. They don't have nice buildings.
No.
Yeah, fetch on media, but problem, any keeping the environment clean and green. And Mika go see near AC or Parliamentary. Look, it's a sad development, but what can we learn from that to make it better going forward? Look, Mati said they are coming back again to put up the same wooden structures.
They have almost finished.
Why?
They are almost done. And
so what is AMA doing? What is the Ministry of local government? Any you can say environment even Ministry of Lands? What are they doing? This is not the first time I can't want to ask you. Agogulushi can't want to debia or mushi. What is here?
Yes.
And what we need to do is say, can we have an arrangement? You can have cantonment of what I mean, entimingu, so can we have a special mall? It could be like a now west wall of some sort. Sinica cracker.
China for no
no. Obey. Oh, na China for Ghana for when the small.
No, I mostly no. To say way the speed with which Omoye rebel there no. Obi ambes obe Lucy
no
space no. And if there is that assurance.
So what we need to do now is to have a register. One say Omo leaders.
Yes.
And me sure say leaders don't him say as soon as he had the stall here, as soon as he was stall here and so on. Otherwise rebuilding anchor chaos ebeba honum.
Obi was done in Kumasi with the new market no. Omoye register drew sharing no. There were allegations that Masomo would register and so cry no. Ain't it? So traders not the confidence.
So that is it. Me I keep saying say out of every crisis there is always a solution you can get from that. So Yamvan said the experience in Kumasi, HN say politicians you almost way we are almost me fetch as abeji no. Let's have the list, Obian in the picture, registration no, publish it. Yen kita copies.
Yes.
That be a yen we na ye teacher na one ye bia. O bo di na ehwe na wa. Ye beke bia boa. What is here? There should be transparency in the process. But my view is that we can convert it into some mall of some sort with many stores in there. Obia no what pata woman can get somewhere to put his wares and sell. But you see enja momunsa amfa due zam bebu boswa. Adibechinu there will another fire will come.
I think the most for me the most powerful point I've heard in this whole conversation Kingsley Ajeman, MP elect for Ebuakwa South, he makes the point, say, government should be the one leading the rebuilding. Into Abayan Kasano, NC, said NC a proper market.
Absolutely.
Make sure, say, insurance, everything covered.
That's
for and then you distribute to a man.
What
because
was it?
our laws even, and I think he quoted an act. I would find the act, say, when you are building any store in Ghana for business, for trade, there should be insurance.
No, any commercial entity, you need to have insurance. That's what the insurance law says. It's just like every commercial building, you should have EPA approval and a permit. You should have. You need once a business in there, you should. It's just like paying SNIT. I'm not for trusting, not because it is out of the goodness of their hearts, but they are mandated by law to so do. And insurance, SNIT is a form of insurance.
Sure.
In the same manner, who was
for a commercial entity.
The idea is to protect you. Even if you choose not to protect yourself, the state has an obligation to protect you. What I say? And in the state, and say, or any commercial building, you must ensure it because that you are covered and you can take care of yourself. But one year, now and you care about people are donating. Abankra will also start donating this annual. But if we had a properly built structure, Obia was store womb. Look, you are forced to pay insurance, and Obi was suggesting group insurance. You can do group insurance. What is here? This is the premium you pay monthly.
Sure.
And now, quite say, do you like you come across as dues be a mutual every month, but it's insurance, mamu. BBC you are covered.
Say no, we are covered.
Uncle be are covered, but wooden structures. Which going assassin and you there.
But I wonder why they have an association. Association and you who cross Omunya group insurance.
No.
In the association leaders somewhere then.
No. Woman tier no biase.
Ade.
I mean group no. Everybody is staying there on borrowed time.
Yes.
And you when you catch on you say insurance. What is here? But if Anka there were I mean if we had a properly constructed structure.
Yes.
Obienim says store with the mina bind their mommy for this number of years. Minim say kwan bia so me insurance sabi nyame mfasa but BBC my insurance will help me restock obi mbeji baby amiti no
Baby out no.
but who go to insurance sabi the way you see ashiegu baby ya sakure what are insurer you cry who your insurance mom no where are you starting from? Uber I mean how would you even know what the number of wares in the store no if you are going to do rebuilding if you are going to do rebuilding how are you rebuilding? But store no be in the way I sit here and they also begin to keep proper records because the insurance would demand say keep proper records of your activities. It also helps government in terms of revenue taxes. So Abai must take the lead. I agree with Ajiman when he says and Doc Mamincha anyway when he says government should take the lead, but it has to be subsequent to proper planning. Let the special planners do their job, come up with a plan, and let government implement it. And there should be this is the time for consensus building, for consultations. Abai must engage the traders, the special planners, and everybody else, including the Gbese Manche. If they are staking a claim to the land, what is here?
Yes.
Abai in a better position to tell Gbese Manche say, we leased it for this number of years. Maybe lease now expire. Whatever the situation of the land is,
because there is a, I think citynewsroom.com published the story said on the Gbese Manchester in a related development, the Gbese's tool under the leadership of Paramount Chief Nia Ibonte II has cautioned against the erection of wooden structures on the Kantamanto land, asserting that the government does not own the property.
What you see, when government engages them, maybe I'm sure government has a contrary view. Omo engage you more. And see, the interesting thing is that a lot of the lands in Accra are family lands.
Sure.
What is here?
Sure.
And we need to even find out, is it a stool land and a family land? What was here?
Yes.
Say family land, when we have family, I mean, we need to be clear. Say a stool land, under what circumstance did government come into possession? This animal. Government can deal with these things with the traditional authorities. Then have an engagement with the traders and the special planners. Come up with a blueprint. And implementation now is easy. So that at the end of the day, it is going to serve a lot of purposes. First, it becomes like the let me say the Dubai of clothes and Mpabwa.
Into him so pay atare.
This is the mall to go to.
Baby our wakra.
Never Cantamanto Mall. And when na yaka kraka tin.
Obia was
Nyomutom Italian shoes. Wouldn't what am I say? Upe. And they will even give us an opportunity to ban some of Bruni we were.
A beer banner. Even the enya for public way, you who quire and also another issue.
I'm not making
with the
no because there's no proper structure. Obiadiba. But if you have a mall like that, who first animal, but it's easy to track. Who rakantamantua? Look, it's high. And it's easy to it's not even easy to tell when they did near store reject for no. What you say? But if you have such a structure, Yombeton store reject no originals for China for a grade beer usika what you say? That way government can trace this revenue. Insurance companies can easily insure these traders. What you say? And are buying the place will also look beautiful. So there are so many things we can gain by having a properly constructed Cantamanto mall. Me, that's my advocacy. Let's have a Cantamanto properly constructed mall.
A KJTR market type.
Yes, let's call it Cantamanto Mall because that's the name invoked these days.
Sure.
Mall Obiati Mola na what my swag ni modernity.
Swag be
what my say. Na yenye and let the traders understand that abai ejimudi government is going to publish all the names in the dailies with pictures. Say asume see according to the Traders Association now was stall wa we now will bibi wa until we are more than one human. You are the first priority. And if you look at the land, land size, say abai obe small na obetime si am ebe so mukra me biaka. But the first option would be Nkrofo no mo no. Mbejini aka no. Anybody else can come and take a shop. But the anyan sana look every day jodifo ombebre akonyo musika bre omo ho ayi djuma.
And those guys sit on some good money,
But they are the ones holding the economy. They are the ones keeping the economy afloat. What you say? Until when the exchange rate is suffering.
Yes.
Sometimes it's partly because of the activities they engage in. Because what you say? Until traders are the ones who Ghana need big businesses. Traders economy. Until we must pay special attention to them. And I think the best advocacy is for us to have such a huge mall for them, so that everybody can walk down on who say, oh, Adibechino na BBC because we've seen here it's not easy to commit arson on properly constructed buildings.
It's true.
What you say?
It's true.
On that
note, Obi, talking about insurance, NET has an insurance package called SEED, the Self-Employed Enrollment Drive. Of which some of the individual traders have already joined and are paying monthly to have pensions in future. Inko Joseph, Northern Sector Supervisor of SEED, and Odewe, about only more of a life insurance. Into specifically something for
business insurance.
Yes, business insurance. BBC,
but another thing, insurance companies. When you say Ghana, claims. They don't like paying claims. Especially auto insurance.
Now documentation in here. Papa.
Masa. Have you had a situation where?
No, interestingly, since I began in situation, I wasn't because insurance. But I pay so.
And this is also by law.
No, and also sometimes, insurance companies are also more because at least cashback will be crying.
No, insurance doesn't work like that.
Why shouldn't it work like that?
You pay insurance to take care of a risk.
I get it.
No, me ba.
I get it too.
No.
The Americans say if
you see
year in the year, menya way be no accident, nothing. I was saying me babeji way.
You must some insurance in all its forms, whether health insurance, auto insurance, every insurance. Why do you pay insurance? You pay insurance because you are risk averse.
Sure.
So you want to transfer your risk to a third entity, another entity or a third party.
Yes.
Now, risk are all the person is unable to tell the kind of danger you might find yourself in the future. Premiums and with auto insurance is one off payment. It's not monthly, unlike a brochure. What I say is one of Sebi. Best 7 cities. Now, it requires 220,000.
Yes.
You are saying that because a few accident,
And yeah, premium. That's a premium.
Yes, I'm your premium no more.
Insurance company.
That is the risk you have just done. It is the cost of the risk.
Yes.
The premium is the cost of the risk.
Third party.
What has here? And you who's you that is on there. You are good to take risk. Be she and see with the savage it doesn't work like that. No, it doesn't, insurance doesn't work like that. Because when BBC sometimes the cost of is
more than
100 times more than who premium now.
But once you start paying the premium, what committee?
No, that's it. You would meet your premium name.
Yeah.
77 for some, but in 3 and 4 days time.
BBC.
Once is valid and one so they have to take care of you. But Ghana, what I've observed, and it's for who have had such experiences can share with that.
But it's also because
it's difficult.
Who said the challenge? So they say the insured population is was about 2 million Ghanaians and they insured life insurance. And I won't say insurance for they have to mobilize money to be paying claims.
Insurance companies they do investments.
Yeah,
no, I'm not saying they don't do investments.
So the returns never normal there.
But I was saying amount for Bebre. I think what we should do is I was saying for Bebre echo onto the scheme.
Once you agree to the insurance company, you know the risks.
Our reinsurance company.
Yeah.
To even cover
the insurance.
So
they have no excuse.
I was insured.
People just get rich on the premiums of.
Yeah, you were into insurance for US.
No, it's not right.
So the thing is that Obi, insurance really is about it's a homogeneous pool of risk common. Say property insurance, casualty insurance. So I say, until you identify that pool, now
yes.
Tina insurance and all most actuarial scientists. The Juma is to help you calculate.
That is very mathematical. Actually, they are mathematicians.
Oh man, I don't go there. So their job is to calculate the risk involved and all of that.
Yes.
To make sure, say, ultimately, company, and mocha. So, and like Atik said, they also invest. So they invest the money into other things. A whole department, making sure she can buy because premium there. So no one I will share say now the bit
investment decisions I'll be making
and the number of claims. And Untina say one manager with claims here. It say bibi ba you are justice. You way and sana you claim no.
And the money channel.
Yes. So when you accident we be back.
But say in the US and Chester.
It depends. It depends on your money be within a week you can make me so but any money be also no more suspicion. They will take time to investigate to make sure say
the suspension insurance fraud. But they generally
they will try. But even I think even in America there are instances are buying up them because some of the companies so quite more fast were among person betrayal claims. Until like you said, claims you try there or systems are a boy. But ultimately, an insurance company be anywhere claims you try and you must understand that. But just say no call agreement there obetry amount. And a honor some running year juma. So checks and balances,
and I think a chicken and egg situation because you see Ghana for also because of sad delays in claim payments, a man for confidence to go and insure. And because also the insured population in Ghana is too much. It's too much. A little over 2 million. That's too small.
Yeah, I don't know when enforcement so a big issue. And Ghana sa boom payment. So for example, me car me issue. Or more expect to say me tria say 20-something thousand
premium.
Yes.
A year.
No,
comprehensive.
For comprehensive.
So the point is
look at the price of the
no. But the point is so any panel or kofa says you can up front.
Yeah.
And no they abetua.
And there should be a smart way of
monthly.
Some way a monthly you cry I'll do my comprehensive and pay on a monthly basis.
Also the challenge is when I say be 20,000 you're breaking it down say month be 1,000 Ghana.
Yeah.
Put 1,000 Ghana. 1,000 Ghana 1 month. Now 3 days later come
I don't think na insurance na homogeneous pool no. Ni nyina part of the actuarial aspect. I know the obi betimi insurance and na china wanya issue.
Yeah, but at least what you have full premium ne there.
There be. That's what I make sure say. Now that America we pay it monthly.
No insurance.
They'll calculate your premium for you say afimuni nyina e be $2,000. Inti no bosumi bia obetua ne say.
Yeah.
But ultimately no they know say about property property insurance they know their level of risk. About casualty they know their level of risk.
Yeah.
And say a homogeneous pool, not say 100,000 cars now, but they know say within the year, no.
Yes.
Abroswa a be a 5,000 they being an accident. If you bet me if you bet me 6 months time, but it falls within the range. I know there's no problem.
Okay.
And to the bottom line is say, you see, I know na you can't credit score and you can't credit scoring Ghana card near the ananko for ridiculous name yano. Because you cannot build this society now without this Ghana card.
Without that
without
base
identification, you can't. And the insurance and so no pay ni protection. And to say your proper system identification system. One more money na to make us any confusing bibi. Car no. And you know very soon Saudi and Beba Ghana because of the traffic tech na Ghana police diabano.
Okay.
So we know about the traffic tech.
And yet cameras na.
Apart from cameras now, the ending as you see, I don't say yenyawa ekoto u DVLA. Now u DVLA akotwe information near message you. It's happening in Ghana now.
Yeah, I think I've seen.
Yes, that's the traffic tech system. The environment say utwemu baby speeder camera ne capture within 2 hours. Not text message about phones.
About phones.
Our Ghana how. Now catch us say Kofitonto utwemu Paloma at this time. Okay, with this car registration. But that car is registered in Kofitonto's name. This is a Kofitonto crown a chica at that moment. So with these assurances, ultimately, no insurance companies need be comfortable to now say 20,000 triano bosumi. And to what the entire me dey honey buy and say now over catch them say me 20,000 minya. Timeye bakono. Third party. Banka de mi here pa comprehensive. So but me nya say sika no. Enti third party ni dey be 1,000 cedis 400 cedis na metria. But me nya insured. And no na ma on my way mu no. Say obi bofoma. Okay? Utimi bofom straight. Eba straight. Because protection be any baby out. Protection be
another issue is that we need more insurance lawyers in this country.
Yes.
Obi Munamia lawyer for you need to have a lot of people specializing in insurance law.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because look,
medical negligence, all of these things.
That's another area. Once I know, say insurance company could be media. There's a lawyer whose specialty is just this. And when I'm insuring,
yes.
Because Drew claims need to and say, claim now frustrating me. I can go to a lawyer who will sue you and eventually many claims.
Yes.
So I'm encouraged to insure.
It's true. I get you. I mean, the challenge there is the insurance market.
No, once there are these assurances, people will start insuring.
Business na grow.
Now, take a big company like Talo. You act as their insurance lawyer.
Oh, I mean, that's what I'm going to do.
No,
those lawyers in the system.
Every car in this country, that's insurance. Imagine the number of cars in this country.
3 million cars in this country.
So imagine. That's enough. It's good enough.
No, but I want to say the point is, because me briefer, based on the brief, any the nature of the brief, I mean, so me bail. Now, so I say,
it brings me to the next point. Oh, the US.
Who claim
lawyers, you can't advertise. My friends and
touting. Yes.
How would I know you are good in insurance law if you don't advertise for me to know?
No, a different conversation.
You see, that's another way. You see,
Mama Samba, a different conversation.
Why is touting not allowed in Ghana?
Okay, what do you name?
No,
only General Legal Counsel. Maybe number.
Because sometimes people are looking for lawyers in special areas.
Yeah, and they don't know. And they don't know.
But US who saw TV pet.
Yeah.
Did you have an accident? You went to the lawyer. Call this number. Insurance lawyers.
But I also the challenge with the whole can say because advertising is expensive in Ghana. If you allow that space, few law firms are
cheaper ways to advertise. Don't be a bourgeois law firm. Social media so bad.
Facebook. Oh, 100,000 likes.
I'm telling you.
The likes of Benyano.
Social media. Social media.
Obi, the bottom line is that I agree with that, Atik. Even medical negligence.
Yeah, chroma dear, hard dream, papa.
So, doctors saying, Nancy Abrante be true on Facebook and a year or so in a call hospital.
Yeah.
How many lawyers and as same way may come with all humility and with all modesty? There are allegations, say, even medical negligence, and they say, "Sia, aya na unya even
expert witness."
And
that is where the issue
problem.
is. But the expert witness should be a doctor.
Yes,
and also they will not want to come in. That is the biggest challenge.
But you see, Obi. Adam Asamba now can.
Okay, Kasami.
Don't we subpoena people for other criminal activities?
Subpoena
no, but I'm saying that over time, say you accept this as a practice. A bedroom baby, say obi a complicit in an issue. Say,
yeah, it's true. But to be fair, so in recent times, some of the medical negligence cases are court.
Exactly.
Omanya,
and it tells you, say, see, more lawyers, sir. So why is it not? Why is that industry not growing?
No, and I make say, Tio, Ghana for no, you have to situate it within in social and cultural context. Ghana for an uncle about tort cases are Famanya many Dawson.
It's because lawyers have not advertised.
No, that's not true.
Look, me see who saw TV now. The lawyer is telling you, say, have you suffered this? Have you suffered that?
That is not a. If it is not broken, why do you want to fix it? Ghana, are you saying people don't get access to legal representation because lawyers and your adverts?
No, you see, the adverts they do, they tell you, say, who the bra, case new you are.
Yes.
Then they'll settle themselves. But Ghana had the assumption universally, they say, accessing the lawyers is expensive.
Oh, it is not that.
No, do you agree with me that's the assumption?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
So you must advertise to demystify that.
Sabio, Omunya accident, unfortunately, on the highways. So, Ghana. Sankomunim pa ne omobusuafo nim say they can go for some claim beer omonye because education no form saka na enya accident no enya car no kwa na ye insured o so what you say enipa na ewo mu na sabi omo nso epra no they are all supposed to be protected but nipa saying the name say who the Kenya accident who took kwan wakofa bus or baby me mo bus be edin na when your accident
insurance company
must compensate the people people saying the name
what be that
tina ya ka say Ghana Legal Council yesram General Legal Council yesram some of these ya ka say build a disciplined society we nyina ka ho some some makwan na mo regulate lawyers ni yi no mo shase advertise specific
expertise.
Yes, expertise specific and mo regulate you mo yi. Do you know what will happen? There will be a cascading effect.
Negligence
because now me driver no nim say insurance company ni nim say sebi odin semfo a lawyer be sue no. It insurance company no be insure me car every mistake be a may be an over increasing
Your
the
premium
premium.
will go up. Yeah.
So you see how discipline is now coming. You see how discipline is
Because
coming.
we are all paying the same premium.
Yes.
It's not right. Your risk level is not the same as mine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we should be paying
We
different
should be
premiums.
paying different. Oh, I know that they be a say where Obi. There are 3 things a Akufo-Addo Bawumia government will be remembered for.
Hey,
Oh yes, I'll tell you.
Akufo-Addo, pa.
One, of course, I said Atik. In Akufo-Addo's challenges in Yinano, the man has done a lot of work.
No, but Atik, I don't think your argument is or has been said Akufo-Addo has not done anything for this country. That has not been the argument.
I'm sure you've been an examiner. You've marked scripts before. Akolanya 40% out of 100%.
Yes.
And you just say all questions no are wrong.
wrong.
Sometimes it one question full marks. Then you can in our score zero.
Score zero.
That still makes him a failed student.
Obi.
Do you agree with me?
Okay.
Absolutely.
We can debate
Uh-huh.
failure or otherwise. Me Tihei, I have my challenges with Akufo-Addo's government. You were near my, of course, who Akufo-Addo Abemwa. Me, I have my difficulties. And Repemuni Abeka. But the bottom line is say, I think. Sabe, dada sitting in Mukran, we have challenges with it.
Yeah.
The fact that me MPP ninja say I must necessarily agree with every decision Akufo-Addo took. No. Nani Tina Sabe Penyufo for advices.
Yes.
Omo for advices because Omo Akra GD say Omo decision be Omo taking it must go through some filters. But the point I am making is a near Mami and Sa and the Bekai Akufo-Addo Bawumia government for. Mark my words. 1, education. 2, Ghana card. 3, interoperability. These 3 things, they are going to be the fundamental things that best sound my way. Education, Ghana card, and then a interoperability. These 3 things would be a marking me west. Because you can never interoperability.
It was just a cost.
Meba.
That was the problem. You came to meet the concept.
There was Obi.
Was it on paper or it had been implemented?
You see,
it had not been
I
implemented.
said they came to meet the concept. The implementation was a cost.
Sure.
NMA or my implementation. You came and you revised or you got a better deal.
Okay.
Whatever.
Deal and implemented.
Okay. So how does that change the fact say Aban win a year?
That's and yes, I'm.
When yes, I know.
Point of privilege.
Yes.
Now
yeah.
Concept, no.
Now we two concept no why ya. Atik. Is it not the case that governance is a continuum?
That's what. We would have trusted anyway. This is a more position.
Kwame Nkrumah interchange na esi ho no. Unim the idea ne buy.
Kwame Nkrumah interchange.
Circle Dubai.
Yes, circle. Unim the idea ne buy. President Wallace. Go and read the budget in
the history of the project.
Yes, 1997. Kufuor cry feasibility studies on it. But why they crediting it for?
John Mahama.
Of course.
Oh yeah, but with Circle Dubai, that's the history of
the history of the project.
Also,
but of course,
one of the conceived idea, say
the conception,
interchange.
And there was some kind of a feasibility study under Kufuor. But of course, under Mahama, it was done.
But we all credit to Mahama. Look, even Terminal 3, it was not Mahama who started the idea of building Terminal 3. Previous another Refi President Kufuor wanted to expand Kotoka International Airport.
Expansion.
But the
expanding doesn't mean necessarily you are building a new terminal.
For Terminal 3, dear,
you
credit it to. I don't know if it's starting under Mills, but you credit it to Mahama.
The American say the idea. We will see or we better concept, argument I take here and I may challenge and I may man examples of ideas and call for conceive
No, but even NPP admitted, sir, they came to meet it, and that
which one, Terminal 3?
No,
interoperability,
and that they were better at getting a better deal.
A better deal in terms of the cost.
Exactly. They never credited even themselves.
But you Atik came in to create the impression, say we are taking undue credit.
I didn't say you said why did you come? That they'll be remembered for this.
But I'm talking about who implemented it.
No, I think Kofi, what Kofi can say, because apart from working on the cost, no, the company that also implemented
the scope of the project.
And the company,
it was even awarded.
Gibbs later did it, right? Is that Gibbs?
I don't know.
Interpayment.
You see, Obi, the interoperability and na Papa Mahama was from mobile money, one network to the other network.
Yes.
The banking. So even the scope of the project changed. Aside from the cost, Ade will send this free abrochire Naba Ghana phone so. So all these features were added. Yes.
Asempa FM.
When did you say what Scotland now you use the send? What you say? Now interoperability, my.
Oh yes, I know.
Yes,
but no, so now
that's not Momo. That's not Momo.
Bank now.
We are talking about Momo.
What I'm saying.
No, he was specific about phone.
Send wave. Wave number can send. Say send wave.
It was coming to your phone.
Okay. And you drop it on.
I didn't use it in Scotland. We're using. I use Western Union.
I use Remitly. Then later I use Wave.
Atik. The point is. And then we have Momo number. So you see, the Momo has been created into an account. The Momo is treated as a bank account. We have interest on the bank account, and now Momo we have interest on it. So it is that thing we are talking about. Added features. So ma obi meka say enya ade aban we na ye. And now 2 aban we buy no. Yera Mahama saw the 1.4 billion United States dollars na beye. 1.4 billion. Yeah, the 4 million dollars.
4 billion.
No, 4 million. That's how you show. From 1.4 billion to 4 million. So nobody can dispute the interoperability buyer and Nayanya Sonfaso. Let's not even go there. So the point I am making is building a disciplined and modern society. No, it is premised on these 3 things: and humesia, identification, and then the friend of banking the unbanked. Okay, kind Yera Mahmoud Baumianguma or Troye. A monetary policies, Ghana's experience, 2010. Okay, kind book na. Or can 20 page 230.
Yes.
He talks about banking the unbanked. And I am saying, say, Sanya Mami and Sanway, dear, Abino will be remembered for.
Okay.
Because they are the fundamental and Nema any modern society.
Very well.
That's the point that I'm making.
I think you've eloquently dealt with it. But we Fact Check Ghana. It was a Fact Check Ghana initiative of the Media Foundation for West Africa, just to help in fact checking claims.
No, fact check.
Okay, that's fine. Mobile money interoperability, NPP or NDC initiative. Here are the facts. This is a story. February 16th, 2024. Edmond Ajeman Boating.
You see, the premise is wrong. NPP's initiative or NDC's initiative.
Yes.
I think they mean who started it. That's what the story is
about. But
about.
who has debated on who started it? We are talking about who implemented it.
Well, if that's what you are saying,
that's the point.
A different
but that's what I've been saying.
But anyway, that's
what I've been saying.
No, if the focus is on
I am talking that I think me say and Niyama you will be remembered for. I didn't even talk about the idea conception and all of that. I said Niyama we will be remembered for. And the fact is that yes, NDC4 and Nya Sabe
Yes.
But the fact also is that no one implemented it. And I'm talking about who implemented it. So the idea of who started, who came up with the idea.
But you were giving me ideas of who started what and who is
no, I thought it is simply to settle the debate once and for all because of Amanfua 8 year, A Ghanaian company, Septon Switch Systems Limited, had been licensed by the Bank of Ghana to implement the retail payment systems infrastructure in 2016. The infrastructure was to enable a convenient, swift, and secure transfer of funds between different mobile network operators and bank accounts. A new management of the Bank of Ghana was constituted after the 2016 elections. The management reviewed the terms of Septon Switches contract and terminated it in 2017. On April 9th, 2018, a month before Dr. Baumia and the BOG launched the current MMI service, which is the Mobile Money Interoperability Service, Septon Switch filed a request for arbitration with the London Court of International Arbitration against the BOG. Septon indicated that the BOG had breached the master agreement for the Ghana retail payment systems infrastructure entered into by the two parties. The company therefore sought $478 million in reliefs from the BOG. In September 2019, the central bank dismissed one of its employees, Gilbert Addy, for gross misconduct in relation to corrupt transactions and for accepting bribes in connection with the award of a contract to Septon Switch in 2016 by the previous management of the Bank of Ghana. The bank said in a press statement. The bank indicated that it found secret and corrupt payment of 410,000 Ghana cedis made by Septon Switch and its parent company, Septon Communications Limited, to Gilbert Addy at the Bank of Ghana via a shelf company, GIB, Just Systems Limited, which he owned. Wow. Okay, it was after a 3-year tussle in court. And I say public information. After a 3-year tussle in court, the Bank of Ghana disclosed on Wednesday, August 25th, 2021, in a statement that it had won the case brought against it by Septon Switch.
Yeah, they won the international arbitration.
It was dismissed and blah, blah, blah. Was the amount?
Yeah, no more day, yeah. How much it was going to cost Ghana before versus now?
No, but that's also public information. Yes. 1.2 billion is public information.
Yes. Billion, oh, Atik. Billion. No, be the 4 million, abe. Now, Atik,
me, I'm talking about the conception.
The conception.
What
I don't dispute the conception.
Okay. But how was it possible, say, something that was to cost 1.2 billion, ultimately 4 million? Because the gap is too much.
That's why, you see, that is why for me, we should have held President Mahama accountable to explain why that thing happened.
But they never got implemented.
No, I know. Yeah. I know. But I'm saying that whoever
for the change in government.
Yes.
No, I think, you see, when we say the later discovery, say the official at Bank of Ghana took money. I'm sure he slept on and otherwise it's just unreasonable. Look, where
the gap is just too much.
It's not even 100 million.
I'm telling you,
4 million and 1.2 billion. That's too much of a gap.
No, there was a typo somewhere. It doesn't sound
no. It went.
I know.
It went to international arbitration.
It doesn't sound right.
What if they are not bufu? They went to international arbitration and lost.
And remember, at the time, there was no e-levy for government to recoup any such investment.
Now, e-levy,
no, me can't see. At that time, there was no way government was really going to pay for anyway.
The gap is
sure.
Obi me want send me no count.
Hey, if I dey home. What am I
teaching? No, President Mahama yes when he.
Yeah, me have much.
Yes. Yeah,
I think sir, the 8th Parliament, the life of the 8th Parliament successfully came to an end. Now the new one will be ushered in later this evening.
Midnight.
Yeah. And we wish them well. Now I always say, sir, this last Parliament was the least productive. We had an opportunity for it to be great, but because of numbers,
I will disagree with you.
That's his view. Mine is different.
And now share a speech for
no, so none of them, both leaders spoke nicely. The speaker spoke nicely. They just were engaged in niceties. Nobody wanted to speak to
truth to power.
They have the power. They didn't want to speak to themselves. And I thought, we could have had much more from them than we did. And now another unique scenario is before us.
Yeah.
In the last Parliament, they hung Parliament. Now if you say this would give young parliamentarians the opportunity to be more productive. But the reverse is what we saw.
Yes.
So see, we have an absolute majoritarian parliament. There is really and truly, because of our experience, one is even constrained in the kind of expectation you should have. Because na 50-50 no na say ombebu edwuma enu kran kosi aga na we are complete a year. But I hope say if indeed this is a legacy term of Owura John Mahama, Nkrofo would do right by him by making sure say they do that which is right by Ghanaians. Enye bibia eso omodiba na eso mujitum. Even though you have the numbers, voting won't be an issue at all. Enye how kram momo. But ye the bibi bana mushena e adia emboy nana. You should at least tell the executive to take it back, refine it and sign on Modiaba. But Omodiba ya na
the Parliament of Ghana.
I'm expressing hope.
Okay. Hope is not a strategy though about the 12.
No, but at least it's the friend of the helpless. What did I say? Because we are all helpless. By the grace of Akufo-Addo, we are all helpless in this situation. What did I say? And you cannot almost say, now he's fully responsible for the state of affairs we have in Parliament. Now, Cecia,
yes.
My prayer to the majority is at every point in time they will be guided by the fact that a Ghana for na edium koho and ejuma na omuye no a Ghana for ejuma na ombe. We cannot count on any minority to do anything in that house. Look, mark it on the minority MPs will become radio panelists at best. Because I know look, they will be here in your studios. Fear what the
if you on press conferences. Omupia no more addressing media no. And also very important. No, that's not with the kind of numbers, no. They can now only resort to.
I've told you, me I had number of no. You knew one a be you. And my only appeal and prayer is to the majority. Minority is a micro minority.
Constitutional Observer Group.
That this is a better characterization of this group. No, I know. No, it's a Constitutional Observer Group. They are on an observer mission in the house. What is here? Give him ever mandated by law.
But they say they are taking inspiration from the 97 group.
The
JH Mensah Akufo-Addo group. When they also had similar numbers, they stood and they were counted.
They are just saving face. Our democracy hadn't consolidated to this point. What is here? Says democracy are your way, and your buga can't be more.
Now, said that time, no money buga. Battle of Wicks. I mean, in the 97 Parliament.
No. You were coming from a revolutionary era, still led by the same man.
Sure.
And the advocacy and are different too. We were now fighting for proper democracy, not facade democracy.
Yeah.
Says here we have our democracy is consolidated to a certain point. And today they be MBM. And the funny thing is that Muna Mufri soon and say you. But that time no beyond Susan Rollins for 19 years. I mean for over 16 and 30 years. No beyond Susan here. What is here? Mu Nanzaya na mukofie. And today they number. Mrs. Studios are
and the constructive criticism.
You see,
and offering alternative ideas.
Strategic alternatives. But my prayer is to the majority. Okay. Minority for India, who can share in the so-called advocacy in the studios.
Yeah.
Look, one day it will be difficult to even get the ordinary members of the NPP to be panel members. On major positions now, because this is where their job is going to be done. But my prayer is to the majority, say, at every point in time, at every turn, they should be guided by the national interest. Because voter Ghana for the Maomono, it comes with a great deal of goodwill. And when the goodwill, it dissipates very easily. Akufo-Addo goodwill 2016, no, and China Suti here in 2020. And by 2024, look at the rate of depreciation in the goodwill. The dissipation rate is unprecedented. they halved it by 2020, and by 2024, Kojo talk
annihilation,
complete
obliteration.
Brof naba. What did I say? When that's supposed to be brof, and you actually describe the situation, and it is in the same manner. Just like when NPP got this goodwill in 2016, by almost 1 million votes. And it's the same way. If you don't do right by Ghana by 2028, you might also be up the creek.
Yeah.
And like I said, goodwill in the enche na Eswati.
New man kitchen kitchen.
Bet me am Eswati tam.
Chipping away.
What must say? Until my prayer to them is at every point they should think about the votes are Ghana for the Mao. The hope they expressed in them, the confidence they reposed in them. Then they are guided by that. I am confident, President Mahama is going to be guided by his legacy, because he says the only legacy term. What has he? He's coming to do right by Ghana. So that kwe or kwa that chimebe kaino. And that is the kind of, for me, the kind of rhetoric I want to hear. But I want that to be married by the actions. And getting your MPs to be diligent, getting your MPs not to take undue advantage of our numbers, is another way of living behind the legacy. Now me see, the majoritarian parliament we have is the legacy of Akufo-Addo. In the same manner, the misbehavior of this majority
of the 8th parliament
of the 9th parliament,
okay,
will end up being part of the legacy of Mahama.
Of Mahama, yeah.
What has it? It will serve him well to always remind them, say, yet the goodwill kesiye ne baye. Do not do things that will dissipate our goodwill, no. So that the legacy now will be unscathed. Enquire to say, or no airborne humodin at the executive level, no, none MPs no so airborne to car, a magana for a boo phono.
Yeah. First appointment about.
Like official? Is it the kitchen cabinet?
No. The Chief of Staff, Julius Deborah.
It's not in the kitchen cabinet. And the Chief of Staff is part of the kitchen cabinet.
Yeah. In fact, he's actually the head of that. Yeah. He's a class prefect of it.
President-elect.
Forward it to me.
Yeah, please share what you say. Now, my main for Ora Akufo-Addo and his last State of the Nation address, and I'm sure this is last time Ghana for be fellow Ghanaians from him.
Yeah.
Now, can send baby.
You would miss him, huh?
Who?
Akufo-Addo.
On what basis?
Oh, you will not miss anything about him.
No. What you say? I'll miss him. And I'm saying, what? Why would I miss him?
But that's what I've said. Okay, let me read the statement. Maybe I don't want to answer. Where from Felix Kwachio for special aid to His Excellency the President-elect. Also, President-elect makes appointment to the office of the President. The President-elect, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has made the following appointment to the office of the President. 1. Julius Deborah, Chief of Staff.
Oh, awesome.
2. Dr. Callistus Mahama, Executive Secretary to the President.
Wow.
3. Prosper Douglas Barney, Head of Interim Security Task Force.
Yeah, say earlier public.
The chairman of that way. Then there were legal backing. Interim.
No, said they set up an
task force.
Because immediately after 7th, they are taking over. Onyenyi in the defense minister.
Onyenyi in the main appointments. Okay.
So in the meantime,
Number 4, Dr. Valerie Sawyer.
Okay.
Senior Presidential Advisor, Governmental Affairs. Okay. Number 5, Augustus Gusitano.
Wow.
Presidential Advisor responsible for 24-hour economy and accelerated export development.
Okay.
Number 6, Marietta Ajewa Brew, Legal Counsel to the President of Ghana. The former Attorney General.
He's no longer Attorney General. Now it's
yes, legal counsel, lawyer.
The President's lawyer.
Yeah, the President's lawyer.
That's the nicer way to put it.
Honorable Felix Kwachio Fosu,
the author of the statement.
Acting spokesperson to the President.
Oh, okay.
Then spokesperson in here validation be now.
The patcho. The whole statement him now make.
Meaning say be here ratification.
No, MP he can't be acting, but I think in the interim he will be acting.
I think in the interim, as an MP, you cannot be spokesperson to the President.
No, this you can glean from this. He will be converted into the Minister for Communication.
So the communication and information.
No, I'm just saying.
And your money, President Muhammad, be president.
Me, this is speculation.
Honorable Felix Kwachiofosu, acting spokesperson to the president.
And that is
These appointments take effect from Tuesday, January 7th, 2025. Signed, Felix Kwachiofosu, Special Aid.
There's a by way there, Calostos ne Julius ne be ya by.
oh,
So omuna be run
Jaisa,
Oh, but that's
please.
why?
Yes, and
In what context?
You've just undermined our president-elect, and that's not fair.
Oh no. That's
If
not
it
what I'm
happened
saying.
under Akufo-Addo, it is not happening in another person. Let's not assume that.
No. I'm not saying
Mami
that.
Ntwaso, who dem we are now aka.
Mami mobile list, to be on mobile list.
Which is not fair.
It's way,
No, it's not fair.
Who now can say they be running the government? What does that mean?
Where the first
How will they be running
the
the government?
first set of appointments under President-elect John Dramani Mahama.
Oh, yes, that is
Where
an
the
awesome
kitchen
selection.
cabinet, office of the president appointment.
And that's an awesome
Number
selection.
1, Julius Debra, chief of staff. I think that's a fantastic choice.
No, fantastic is an understatement. It is super fantastic.
It is
I mean, young
excessive praise,
but the Julius Debra appointment
that's my view.
is a good one.
If you have a contrary view, that is for you to express. If I feel it's super fantastic,
the choice of Julius Debra
gave you the performance.
is a good choice as chief of staff.
It's
Number
an
2,
excellent choice.
Dr. Callistus Mahama, the local governance expert,
Another
or
brilliant
executive
choice.
secretary to the president. Number 3, Prosper Douglas Barney, former chief of staff and a former interior minister, and also a vandal.
Then proper selection.
No, but you know, it was Mohammed's
never knew.
roommate. Mohammed's roommate
Really?
at Commonwealth Hall. You never knew.
No, I knew that, but I didn't know at what level.
Prosper
Oh,
Douglas
okay.
Barney.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Go way back.
Way back, Commonwealth Hall.
No, I mean, Vanda, you can be sure of his competence. Anyways,
It's not in doubt.
No, there's no
And
guessing.
also classify as family and friends.
No, until Obi to a meaning where all miss. Now,
I'm asking a question.
information minister.
I'm asking
It
a
passes as family and friends.
I'm asking a question.
Yeah, Bissau, media, you know, Bissau.
Family and friends. Sesame.
Sesame.
Also, the family and friends concept, no? It's a
It's a dangerous.
broad concept. Because the point that we family in free war.
Everybody's a friend.
Oh, someone to me know.
You can work with your enemies.
GFA president.
No, incompetent friends is where I think the problem is. People are not qualified.
Emphasis is on not on definition adjectives. And until now, you see, Atik, me, I don't have a problem with Douglas Barney.
Yeah.
My point is.
But this is not the first time he's appointed.
I know, but my point is that family and friends thing. See, you can't ye.
The problem I think is with family. Friends.
It's a normal thing.
And I think that term,
Yes,
we
I
have
think
to
family is the problem.
decouple
Yes, because you
Let's
see,
leave the friends
Obi,
out and
who is not a friend to President Mahama?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Etienne no beka obi beka kire say omo de omo nya friends ana.
No, and Akufo-Addo was more of family.
And I think that's where the
That
problem
is where the problem was.
But they didn't say family. They said
Yeah,
family.
I
and
agree
friends.
with you. That terminology
The
can be
terminology
misleading.
can
Yeah.
be misleading.
Yeah.
And the Prosper Douglas Barney, head of interim security task force, Dr. Valerie Sawyer, former deputy chief of staff to Julius Debra, also been around for a while.
Different now.
Yeah, only a senior
Advisor.
presidential advisor, governmental affairs.
Interesting.
5, Augustus Gusitano, presidential advisor responsible for, and I think he has the most interesting title.
President Mohammed.
Presidential advisor responsible for 24-hour economy
And export.
and accelerated export development. Mind
The
you,
two are combined, like, are
the
linked.
president said he would personally chair the accelerated export development board. He will personally
No,
chair
the two
that.
are linked in a way, so it makes sense. It makes sense.
Marietta Ejewa Brew, legal counsel to the president of Ghana.
That's solid.
And we
Who
wait.
was Akufo-Addo's lawyer?
Echo.
Oh,
that's young.
Last name I'm missing me.
No, President Mahama is a serious man. No, President Mahama making a whole former attorney general his personal
lawyer.
He means business.
No, but many thought that position will go to
later.
Yeah.
So you never.
But of course, they are partners.
Maybe you know. I mean, anyway, you can assume.
Yeah.
You know,
In Marietta,
what is going to happen.
Ejewa Brew, legal counsel to the president. Honorable Felix Kwachiofosu, acting spokesperson to the president of the Republic.
I think it's
and
it's
Felix's
not a bad
choice
list.
is also another.
No, it's solid. I mean, I think the
choice,
team so far,
I think
if you have listened to Guzitano,
but you see,
very deep.
No, if you've listened to him, you would know.
Otherwise,
you see, and it's a good strategy. He committed himself to 60 ministers, right? And it's going to be a big challenge for him.
Yeah.
So you need to decouple some of these areas to create space for some people.
No, but I also think, sir, for this team, there is no different person or Nana do any similar.
He had the similar structure.
Nana had a similar structure. Nana had chief of staff. He had executive secretary or legal counsel.
Advisors, baby.
Advisors, no, Ed Dawson. Now, or communications director, and he really.
Communication director, deputy communication director.
The point is that. Yera Mahama can say Obe running the leanest.
The leanest.
Oh, auntie. And so many people who are
no, but that's a fair.
No, maybe.
This is his kitchen
cabinet. Say. He made a promise of running the leanest government
in our history.
And I made sure, you see, President Mahama has the biggest headache.
He does.
180
that one is true.
MPs. Also with the system ministers, MPs.
Yes.
It still leaves you 120 MPs.
They should concentrate on making laws.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, who making laws? Now say Obi and your CEO. No, boy, more conference.
I think
Oti Parliamentary, who need dama.
Now,
who support?
Ono Mahama Naka say he has so many MPs, he doesn't know
what to do with some of them, Charlie.
No, I think he was speaking in the context of Nyawuki.
Yes, but that's the challenge. Yeah, that's the challenge.
Yes,
it will be one of the first trials of his government.
Yes, and
I dare say.
I make sure say dear John Mahama be say.
But you were promising 50.
Yes, of course. Now, sir, Atik. Ghana phone to Abama.
No, I'm just saying.
Until you see the whole now when munyi free home munya sade and na do you say
no and
yes your promise
munya was promising 50.
Yeah, 50.
So
but Mahama promised 60.
And I see it is doable. It's not easy. It's just like election of MMDCs. Yeah. It's a good idea, but it's tough for who and somebody has to start it at some point.
What but the 60 is a challenge. But once a part of the social contract,
he
has to deliver on that.
Because you see, Attorney General, a lot of qualified people.
Yeah.
So I tell you,
yes.
Some Marietta,
even Tony Lita, and all of them. So until
very challenging. But anyways, I think we are not
intermediate me feel say
it's a producer about 5 minutes
after some of the things he said, but Maminja, what is your problem? It's part of the topic. Also, the country is not broke.
Okay.
Yeah, how do you describe a broke country?
President Legal Council Kowesuman.
Yeah,
Kowesuman. Yeah.
What does here? If you say a country is not broke, it means you are able to honor your debt obligations.
Yes.
Is that what our situation is? Anyway, but he spoke about his fight against his commitment to the fight against corruption by creating OSP. What will create OSP? Now, so when OSP is going to deal with a case, you make prejudicial statements. Anyway, talk about there are so many things, but maybe some other days.
We'll continue.
Me list idiot. Yeah. I think so far this is just like you said, the kitchen cabinet is very small, and I think so far there's nothing you can say about the names are Abayi.
Yeah,
every one of them is solid.
Throughout, yeah.
Maybe because it's the kitchen cabinet, but I'm sure in
the only young man here is Felix Kwachofo, so yeah.
But I'm sure in the coming days, as the appointments grow,
But he also promised to build the most youthful cabinet in our history.
Yes.
It was a specific promise.
No, and I think it's something is going to... So you see, President Mahama is smart. So one would say, these are like the top layer of the advisory group. Your cabinet is like your advisory group.
Yeah.
You have the top layer, then you have the younger ones who will be part of your cabinet anchors. Yeah. But the kitchen cabinet largely is going to be paying for.
Sure.
Then the cabinet anchors are being Mrantie Duduana. I think he's on course. And let me congratulate.
I think one thing I see here, and so one challenge he faced in 2012 2013 was some of the
old gas.
and also bringing into his kitchen cabinet people who were not seen as core party, you know, because at the time, that was when he introduced Prosper Barney for the first time.
Nobody knew him.
Nanko for name no, or they, your friend is saying, Atuguba, Professor Atuguba, yes, or also by, or they, the man who worked at the BBC. Communication, Malo, I think there's a shift from, because you cannot say same about Callistus Mahama.
I mean, Callistus is an awesome.
Prosper Barney now, at least he's an
awesome academic and
Valerie Sawyer more.
We wish them well and we wait to see, you know,
what they can do.
The
other ones. After Ochinoka said 14 days and then he will name his cabinet. Yes. Kofi Mamintio.
You see, Obi, I want President Mahama to succeed. I want him to do well. The next 4 years are a day anymore. We pursue ye bibia.
Me mama correct bibi. Shamo NDC Shamo USA. Or say Obi. At least 60 ministers. He did not say exactly 60 ministers. That's not true. Shamo, that's not true.
It's too early.
No, I just wanted to correct.
No, he's correcting him. Yeah, it's too early.
Shamo, he didn't say at least. It was 60 special. The 120-day contract.
No, 26 items.
So see, I'm more free to scrap taxes to rationalization.
When is it
President Mahama?
Old video.
Old video when?
During the campaign time.
Okay. Yeah. So how does that change anything? So the Americans say, Obi, I want President Mahama to succeed. I want him to do well. I want the next 4 years to usher in good things for this country. Do you know why? Because our comeback will not be based on the failure of Mahama.
Okay.
Here say President Mahama be failure and Sanya coming back. What I say? NPP betimia back, and we are going to come back on the strength of our new ideas, new innovation, and new thinking. So we don't need Mahama to fail. We want the country to do well. Enti yamano kose nyame ya adomo a echina obeyo mampanyin fo mfie nan yan wish no evil. We offer constructive criticism. Sene eye Bawumia kan or say we will not be a destructive opposition, but will be an opposition offer constructive criticism, because we want the country to do well. We will come back. NPP will come back. We will bounce back very strong, more than ever, and that will not depend on the failure of NDC. We will come back. Yeah, but sorry, ejina niaba. But Yera Mahama NTB bin so ase. We will hold him accountable. No two ways about it. We will hold him to the fire, his feet to the fire. Every decision, every letter, every step, we will hold him accountable. And Matete Kofobi can and President Mahama one time no Kufu at the time no one kasa now shut up, otherwise we will deal with you. Nobody is going to shut up. Get it and get it straight. Nobody is going to shut up. We will hold him accountable every single day to make sure say the promises now what the Ghana for no be delivered. And let me tell you so for be I will say my President Mahama try E11 na onkipu E11 na nyamia yi akire no tinami busa say me pacho tama kufu ado di E11 ba nyame anyi sa da ya na nkyere sofo bia ana Mahama wini wie ya ansa na nyame be yesa yi kire no. Look, nobody should think say or be whitewash it and someone Mahama can ye to say the samosh a try so be wa ha no. It won't wash. it will not wash. And people must understand, nobody can intimidate anybody in this country. We will speak and hold him accountable, but we will wish him well. Yeah, nan sorry daku crying when she said President Mahama failure, because of failure ya how metia President Mahama a failure ebo mitri so aname boa and yama boy de amesu tobi.
Yes,
we will come back because we have the ideas, we have the solutions, we have the innovative thinking. Because you see, Ghana for can take the decision say Yera Mahama born home modern day. Nanso baby a yedru enei ewo Ghana ya bakosemu ene baby a yepese ye konenti no sa kandini we ne yeden ye hwehwe.
Okay.
And that is why we don't necessarily need Mahama to fail for us to come back to power. We'll bounce back. Na me ma yenkwa ne ahoden no nko ane hia. Enkwa ahoden yesre no mfa nimde enka ho. Enfie nan se ne Kristo ye adom ne etenkwam ne wa ahoden a kasa ne beye foforo. My last advice, NDC should get to work. You see, a to trust some no more there ashasi no. Obi goodwill no ho. Ayes ensure ya segu kremu. Se wuchie ho a ehwiegu kakra. Wani beba ho so no. Na saa krana nsuo gumu a wapunu mu a ka nsuo no ye dedede no. Ne nsuo no wom na yeden. Asa NDC nye careful already no omatue prano ho by some of their actions, the hooliganism, the thuggery, going into people's house and taking their properties out. A honor goodwill no a sha say day is a sortie
very well.
And why dream by say we are there bufukran say we are no makofa Freddie Blay old story no me dey abechiro. Na wo ye vigilante law na ye nyina ye pass ye say de atwam ne ma ne ntwam nko no a wo akoka kire Ghana fo say Akufo-Addo anya ne ma bi ye ntie ma meye aban no and na wo de Akufo-Addo na wo ka kire Ghana fo say anya ne ma ye wo de ne be ye comparison. Are you serious?
Kofi Tonto Mamenase, Medase Panya Mishao. Ekosiisen ne high asempa 94.7 FM. Amintia Bella of Girls fame. Ewa asempa 94.7 FM. Nyamia dom webie Bella's Butel, spa and massage center. I wa Dakoman na Shika Street. Anopa be 8:30 Ekosi enumere nonson oye adwuma enti ubetimi akwa it now officially opened Bella's Butel Spa and Massage ewo Dakoma na Shika Street Bella of Girls ono hosti girls ewa Sempa FM fia de bia efi nondu enumere ekwakosi du mienu enti massage, facials, pedicure, manicure, waxing, ear piercing, bibia obeyama oda come na Shika Street. The Bella yechao and I hope you have a really good evening. Let me say a big good evening to Ni Kujo. He's the president of Ni Kujo and Associates, Fusion Oil and Gas Limited, and Astra Gateway Limited. I'm told you're a big fan of Asempa FM and of the Ekosiisen show. Nikujo, president of Nikujo and Associate, Fusion Oil and Gas, and Astra Gateway Limited. Have a great evening. We'll be back tomorrow with another exciting edition of Ekosiisen. Yao Sapon is asking a simple